Hello, everybody.
Hi.
How is everyone this week?
This is better than last week. That was
I feel like it's been a while. Like, for our listeners out there, we secretly record when you're not looking, and you can't tell when it's a new Friday episode or old Friday episode. Because sometimes we can't record on Fridays. So I feel like it's been like,
I think it's been 2 weeks.
yeah.
You were not wearing
that
that before, were you?
No,
Dummery?
I just put it on.
Did you change?
No,
Did you do
I still
a
have my
change?
purple shirt. But I
was like, wait a second. You were not wearing that before. Sorry, I interrupted Jessica completely.
No worries.
I was like,
She's
Dummery,
so
what
worried
the
about
fuck
my
happened?
wardrobe. She's like, oh my God, what happened?
I just wanted to make sure I wasn't crazy. You know, like when
No.
it's like a Mandela effect. We've already talked about that. And so I was like, wait, was she wearing something else? But no.
That's not a Mandela effect. That's just like a memory issue. Like a Mandela effect would be like if all of us were like, did Dawn wear that? You're just like, I forgot what she was wearing.
My brain is
Mandela effect.
What?
Just anytime you like forget something, you'll be at the store.
That's a great idea.
You'll go home. You'll be like, shit, I forgot to grab more butter. Mandela effect.
Yeah, exactly. That's what it is now.
Well, I had a great week.
Tell us about your week.
For those that know, we've had Mandy and Teddy Beats on our podcast. I'll link it in the description below. It was a great episode. We talked about our own personal circuses, and they're strangers I know on the internet from the music scene. So of course I went for 5 days to stay at their house. Why not? To be fair, they invited me down. I didn't just show up on their doorstep. But it was great. They're child-free people, so that was an experience of like the other side.
Like if you don't have kids, don't do it now. Like you're free. Don't change your mind. Don't have kids.
It's a scam. It's a scam. They lied to us. But it was great. We actually went and saw a paranormal circus. So that went full circle. We manifested the circus with their episode, and I ended up going to a circus with them. It was all like Go Schools burlesque, but with circus things and no animals.
That's good. That's
great.
The best circuses. Yeah.
That's
Right?
my Sonya's favorite. Like,
As long as there's no animals. There's this circus somewhere in Europe, and they do hologram animals.
I've seen
Which
that.
is really
Cool. Yeah. So that was cool. We also went to a really interesting comedy show that looked like it was in someone's basement, but it wasn't. And they took me to the White House, and I got to see all of that. They took me everywhere. Like it was a busy, jam-packed 5 days, and then on the very last day, they had one firecracker given to them by their the guy who's working on their basement right now. And we blew stuff up in the woods. So what's more American than that?
Blowing stuff up. The fact that some guy just gave you guys a firecracker.
It was so funny. Like I had gotten up in the morning, and they were in the kitchen. And Teddy was just sitting there, and he's like, "Oh, look what Lou gave me, their contractor." And he holds up the firecracker, and he's like, "We should blow this up today." And Mandy laughs, and I just looked at him, and I'm like, "Well, do you have a place in mind?" And he was like, "I like the energy." And then we just rolled with it. They're just that kind of people. They were great. They welcomed me into their home, and we got high a lot. So they'd like wake up in the morning, and they're like, "We're ready to go on the porch if you're ready." And I was like, "Fuck yeah!" Like, let's do this. Like, we got no kids.
You can do it whenever, right?
Do whatever we want.
You don't have to plan with the other adult in your house. You're like,
they cooked with vegetables. I was like, wait, you don't have to cook 3 separate meals? What is this?
Really?
This is like
Cooking with
heaven.
vegetables, not picking them out, nothing? Oh my god.
Nothing. Fucking avocado and shit. I was like,
avocado.
yeah. So I felt like a real adult for the first time in a while. I felt like a person. That was nice. And so now I've been home like 3 days and I've been trying to get back in the swing of things. It's definitely been a little challenging. But here I am. And I'm back to drinking. So
Yay!
they weren't big drinkers, so I didn't drink that much, but
we got high. So
yeah, exactly. So it doesn't matter.
Jessica, what are you drinking tonight?
I don't know if you've heard, but OJ died today.
Yes, wife killer.
What?
Football
the
Hall of Famer, OJ Simpson.
Football wife killer first, then football Hall of Famer. Yeah. So I figured I'd celebrate with a commemorative screwdriver with vodka and OJ. To celebrate his passing.
I like the internet has been fantastic about this today. My favorite little meme I saw lying around was it's great OJ knowing that his wife's murderer is now dead. You know, like like he can rest in peace knowing. It was like, oh, it's fantastic. Like there was nobody like rest in peace, OJ. Right? It was all
no, there were. He died with like his family in the room, and I was like, who gives a shit? Like, I don't care.
Still had family after he murdered his wife.
Yeah, you did. And they asked for privacy during this time.
Yeah.
No way. R.I.P. Bozo. You don't get privacy.
Exactly.
You murder people.
Sonia, what are you drinking tonight?
I'm just drinking regular things. So I had some candy. This is like my last package. You're just raining weed.
I just keep it up. So I try to out of sight, out of mind, or I smoke it all in like a night and green really bad.
Yeah, no, like I'm gonna have to put this away because like I'll be like, ooh, candy. But then I like,
they are good. Like they are
so
good.
So good. Like the best candy I've ever had. So good. And Dawn Marie, I'm guessing you're drinking piss.
Green tea. So yeah.
It looks like piss.
It does. It looks like bladder infection piss. So like
it's a little foggy.
It is. It's foggy and like brown yellow. Like it's not good. Like you need to get that checked.
Yeah, so good.
It's not good. Oh,
it's good.
Yeah,
no.
I'm not set up for you guys. There we go.
That's fine. I'm giving a warning to our listeners. We haven't recorded in 2 weeks. We usually record 2 to 3 times a week. So yeah. We'll see what happens.
Yeah, we'll see if we stay on track. Like we usually talk like every day, but we've been so busy. Like we were so busy, we forgot our 2nd year anniversary. Like that. Yeah, that's what happened. Like so much shit happened. We're like I think it was yesterday. We're like, oh shit, we have to like, the 1st. So it's the 11th today. We were like 10 days behind. So happy podiversary.
Yay, us 2 years. Woo! Please be a good topic. Please be a good topic.
Like, fuck this shit. It's okay. We're 2 years in. We don't have to stick to schedule.
Yeah.
I don't know. Have we done this? What's popular today? But
we did one similar to this one, but we didn't exactly do this one. So it's up to you if you want to keep it or not.
Let's do it.
Okay. So what's popular? Wait, are you picking another one?
No, I'm just closing.
Oh, okay. So what's popular today that will be ridiculous in 10 years?
Like it's usually like fashion trends or whatever.
But they always come back. So they might be ridiculous in 10 years, but they'll be back in 30, like
or
15.
Yeah.
Yeah. Even faster nowadays.
I don't know. See, I don't know things. Like I'm like, I don't know. I still like the same stuff for the last 30 years. I haven't changed at all.
Technology changes. So think of something that's technology, because that always like That's fast.
Okay, well, I have one. Like, I can go right now.
Yeah, let's go. Yeah.
All right, yeah, just go.
Ozempic.
Oh my God.
That better go. that shit better go.
I actually have a couple. I have Ozempic and buccal fat surgery or buccal fat surgery. 2 skinny trends. It's all about being thin and gross, and you get that like sunken in, like heroin chic is coming back. That's what it is. It's just we have better technology now.
You don't have to actually do cocaine to get the look. You can
exactly. You can still kind of eat food, you know. You just take your weekly injections or cut fat out of your face.
Which is funny because also you're supposed to be super thin, but you're supposed to be curvy at the same time.
Yeah.
Like make it make sense. You know, women with big hips and thighs have fat in their middle. Like that's natural. You can't just, well, I'm sure some people are naturally shaped that way, but usually you're proportioned.
Well, I don't think that many people are naturally shaped that way. Honestly, I think it's just like what media made us think it was. Because I don't think I've ever seen a natural woman with like tight waist, big hips and booty, and then because I swear it's all been.
Well, if somebody does look like that naturally, I just want to be like, it's cool. You can look like that.
Yeah,
I mean, I'm jealous, but you can look like that. I'm a girl's girl. Like, good for you. You won the genetic lottery. A lot of like, whenever we look at like famous people and stuff that do that, it's like they all got boob implants, butt implants, and then they're on Ozempic. So they lost all the fat everywhere else, and then they put the fat where they want it.
Wanted it. Re-put it somewhere.
Yeah.
Except for Ozempic is short-term weight loss. Like if you stop taking it, you're gonna just get.
Oh, then you gain the weight plus some. Yeah.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like a lot of these people are either planning to go on Ozempic for like their life, or in 10 years they're in for a rude awakening. and then fat. I feel like there's gonna be like a pendulum swing. Where it's like right now we're like thin, and it's gonna swing all the way back where everyone's gaining weight, and so now they have to go the opposite direction where like curves are beautiful, and then all the skinny girls are like, I guess I have to get implants, you know. And it's just gonna be a constant cycle, and then everyone's big now, and so they're like, oh, but thin is in, and then it goes back.
Yeah, it's always what isn't the norm. Yeah, is what's considered like. Once everybody's like anorexic again, like the early 2000s, fucking, they're like, oh no, we want to
girls were like popular for a minute, like when they called it thick with the THICC.
Yeah,
so like, go back to that. I was popular then. Okay?
I'm never gonna change. So like to me, thick is always in. Like that's it.
I'm trying to learn like body neutrality, where it's like. A body is not good or bad. It's just is. I mean, it's totally hard because I grew up in the early 2000s.
That's a rough time.
You know, when the 00 became a size. Yeah. Like that wasn't a size before the early 2000s. And then Mary-Kate and Ashley Olsen, you know, super skinny. Mary-Kate had that eating disorder and 00s became on trend. You wanted to fit into a 00. And I was like, I fit into a 6. And now I fucking wish I was a 6.
I wish I was a 6.
What?
When I was pregnant with Kara, I had like an eating disorder and I was a 00. Like that's pregnant, a 00. Like that's disgusting. Well, like unfortunate, but like I look back at it, I'm like, why? I know why, because my boyfriend was a dickhead. But like that's you're like, oh, wish I was skinnier. But you know, I'm growing a human. You're supposed to be a little round, like, you know, but,
just a little bit. Yeah,
but I wasn't. I was like, I looked grossly sick. Like you couldn't tell I was pregnant till like the last month, and even then, it's when I was sitting down where there's nowhere for baby to go. Just gross.
Yeah, I feel like a lot of I mean, with my pregnancies was different. Like with my first pregnancy, like I was going through an eating disorder and I was doing drugs, and then I found out I was pregnant, and so I quit everything. And so I fucking ballooned because I was going through sobriety and everything like that. I was like, I need food to feed me. Almost got gestational diabetes because of it. But it was it was freeing a little bit. But then after the birth, I went back to, oh shit. All right, I'm supposed to look good again. Damn it.
It was crazy because like my second pregnancy was with Kyle. And then it was different because when you're loved, you grow. So like, and then I was just gained 100 pounds because I didn't get shamed or anything. I was able to just enjoy my pregnancy. And then even afterwards, when I was still a little plump, I was still worshipped for the shape I am. Like, the right partner really makes a difference. Yeah. Like it's because it's great, like complete opposite. So it's like before I had to like watch what I was eating all the time. And then when I was loved, it was just perfect.
Yeah, well, I mean, Chris is the same way. Like, I gained so much weight since meeting Chris. Like, I was kind of back in my eating disorder when I met him. And now I'm like friggin' 80 pounds heavier.
Me too.
But now, like, even he gained some weight and everything like that. Although he's weird in the fact that his fat perfectly, like, his whole body is proportionate. So he doesn't even grow a size. Like, he can still
like
fit,
be God's favorite,
right? Like, I'm not sure if it's those Greek genes or what, but it's like he can still. He's like, oh, it's a little tight, and I'm like, barely. Like, he's like, yeah, I gained like
I want to see where
40 pounds or whatever, and I'm like, but you didn't gain a size in clothing. If I gain 30 pounds, I'm up 6 sizes. Like, what?
Yeah.
But now we're kind of on like a health journey together where it's not necessarily about losing weight, but we're going to the gym. So getting those gains. I just follow whatever he does. I don't know. Yeah. I'm like, show me what to do. And so like he literally changes the weight. I'm a workout princess. He changes the weights for me. He wipes down my machinery. And I just like stand there until it's my time to lift the weight.
That's cute.
Yeah. But yeah, so the buccal fat and Ozempic, it's especially the buccal fat because you cannot put that fat back. So anyone that got that surgery, like Lea Michele from Glee, their cheeks are forever going to be sunken in like that, which I think is going to make them age really badly.
Yeah, you want the little plumpy cheeks. That's how you look young forever. That's my secret for being old, but not looking old is fat cheeks. You want a fat face. That helps.
We should do like a commercial for that. Like, you want to look young forever? Have you tried donuts?
Secret cookies.
Ooh, secret.
Bacon?
Yeah, bacon.
Bedroom snack drawers.
Yeah, it's the best. That's it. That's my fountain of youth. That's my advice to you guys. Being 40 and looking 25, it's junk food.
Yeah. There you go. You got to act young if you want to look young, you know?
That's right. Enjoy the junk food, the candy, naps. Staying out of the sun, that helps too, right?
Yeah, that does help too. I actually got sunburn in Baltimore. It was raining 4 out of 5 days. I was like, how?
And it looked so cute though. It was a little hard on your chest.
I know. It's just the shirt I was wearing. I don't know what happened, but it just made like a heart right around my cleavage. I was like,
perfect.
So do you guys have anything that you think will be ridiculous in 10 years?
I hope we are still
ridiculous.
Yeah, we're still ridiculous. We're like, now we're ridiculous, but I hope we're still ridiculous in 10 years. Still going strong.
Hopefully our podcast doesn't get ridiculous in the bad way in 10 years.
Oh,
it's like in 10 years we look back on this podcast, we're like, oh my God, can you believe we did that? It was crazy. Yeah. We talked so much about poop.
So much. It's not even a poop podcast, but almost every episode has fecal matter in it.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah. It's ridiculous. Oh, I hope poop madness is gone. That'd be nice. Like, I'd be like, 10 years ago it was so ridiculous. I can't believe I went through that. I'm pretty sure I'll have to have like a bag on the outside for that to happen, but it is. Whatever.
The coloscopy bag.
Yeah, it's cool. Yeah,
fair, I'm having like aphasia symptoms today. Oh my god. To be fair, Sean Desmond, you remember Sean Desmond, Canadian? Yeah, his wife has a bag.
There's nothing wrong with it.
Nothing wrong. And she's beautiful and stuff like that. And I was just like, good on like them for like showing it.
Yeah, it's just like tedious, like life is easier if you don't have to do those things. But like, I'm not having a good time now anyway.
Who knows? Maybe it actually will be easier for you because it'll be like a quick little, like you're cleaning it and stuff like that versus being in pain, passing out on the toilet,
just dying
at Value Village.
Yeah. Oh my god.
So maybe it's all like for me, I don't have poop madness, so yeah, a bag like that would be an additional task. But for you with poop madness, actually might make things easier.
Yeah, and it's not just like poop that hurt. Like it's just pain in general. Like I'll have like stabbing pains in my intestines, even when I don't have to use the bathroom. We're like, oh my god, I'm gonna die. It's just like faint.
Yeah. So who knows? Maybe it will make things easier for you.
I know. I'm just like scared.
Change is scary.
I'm like, oh my gosh. I'm scared to find out more what's wrong. I'm scared to just because like I've been dealing like when I was younger, the shit should have been taken care of when I was younger or seeking medical attention. But like now where I know where to go and who to call.
I'm trying to think of like there's a lot like it's hard to say. Like there's a lot of like
groceries, the cost of groceries 10 years from now, that'd be nice. Like where we
look back
shopping.
We're like, I can't believe we dealt with that. Like that was such a hard time.
Yeah, the like ridiculousness of like the depression.
Yeah, like how people look back.
The even greater depression.
Oh, that's what we should call it.
Because it's the 20s. Like so 100 years ago we had the depression. So now we need like the even greater depression. The 100-year anniversary.
Although that makes it kind of good. Like it's the even greater depression.
It's so amazing.
Look how great these poor people are. So resourceful in their time of need.
Oh, everyone's making sourdough bread. Oh no.
And selling their arts and crafts just to get a couple extra bucks.
Yeah, melted crayon art. I need to buy coffee.
I hope that they stop blaming everything on millennials in 10 years. Because by then the oldest millennials will be in their 50s. I assume that's the point where we can stop blaming millennials for the economy that we have no control over.
Well, they're blaming the Gen Z, like Z or whatever it is now for like lack of like work ethic and all this shit. So like everyone's getting some sort of blame.
Except for the people who should have the blame.
Yeah, the people that are actually in power and make policy.
Yeah. Exactly. It's and that want us to work till we're 70. Yeah, them. Yeah.
I think that old people being in charge like that in 10 years, maybe they'll all OJ Simpson themselves and go away.
They'll all OJ Simpson themselves.
They'll all either murder or die. One of the two.
Yeah. Oh my God. To be 50. I would hope at 50 millennials can start being in charge of things. Like, give us a chance, man. Give us a chance.
You blame us for the economy, but haven't let us control the economy. Strange.
Yeah.
Strange.
Yeah. Make it make sense.
So that would be like a cool thing, like boomers going away. That'd be like a really cool thing that's now that I hope in 10 years. It seems ridiculous. I mean, it seems ridiculous now. But like, I just hope they go away in 10 years.
Yeah. And then we can look back like, oh my God, those old people were ridiculous.
Yeah.
And then we'll be the old people. It'll be fantastic. But then it'll be like, no, that's not old. It's only 50.
But see, I feel like we would be like, okay, let's bring in some 30-year-old Zoomers and show them how to get the job done. You know, like I'm not gonna be like, let's hold on to this power until we're 80 or 90, and that like it's like no.
We're like, let's retire in 10 years. Let's train the people below us so we can.
Let's retire by 55.
Yeah, 55. Let's get the fuck out of here. 5 years of working. That's it.
I don't think I'm gonna live much longer in retirement. You know, like low 70s, high 60s, according to like my family tree. So 55 seems like a good retirement age for me. Gives me at least a decade to like move around and like
relax.
And after your 50s, you know, you don't have as many mobility issues as like in your 60s, 70s, 80s. Like I want to do things before it becomes hard.
Your hips still work.
I mean, to be fair, I couldn't walk for 2 years and had to use a cane already. So I'm just like built for that. Like I know my legs are going to stop working very early. Let me retire young.
You get a scooter.
Oh, we could like deck it out with like decal stickers and everything.
And you get like a race car motor in it.
I'll get drunk and scooter around and like see if the cops will pull me over.
Oh my God,
don't they? I think they do. Like if you're riding a motorized vehicle and you're intoxicated, you get a ticket.
Well, how would they know? Maybe I'm just a cool guy just scooting around with sunglasses on to hide my eyes so they can't tell.
Behind your eyes?
Yeah. So that was like
behind your eyes.
No, I'm like hiding my eyes with sunglasses so they can't see my eyes. So they can't. You don't get drunk eyes. I get drunk eyes.
Oh
I get a little. I'm like, hey.
I don't know if you could tell, but my eyes are very moony right now. Yeah. They're barely there.
She's eclipsing right now. Like,
yeah.
Did you guys see the eclipse?
Oh my gosh, yeah.
We did,
yeah. We watched it together, online because
So me and Sonia went live on TikTok, and I was 10 minutes ahead of you or something?
You were 10 minutes ahead,
something like that.
10-15 minutes, yeah.
So I got to see the eclipse before her.
Yeah,
in the future.
I'm in the future, yeah.
I was flying, so I
so cool.
Missed it. Like you had to you could only see it from like basically like the one backside windows. So I think like 2 or 3 rows could actually see it. Everyone else just saw the sky get dark while we're flying in the middle of the day. But like they gave us an eclipse cookie and the glasses just in case. And then like someone was taking pictures and like they were like, if you want me to send the picture, let me know your details. And then they would send the picture to you. But I didn't actually get to see anything, unfortunately. Which is fine. There's replays online.
On their plane.
And you can travel. Like if you want to watch a total eclipse, just travel. Like, just do it. Just
travel for the moon.
Yeah. Just do it. Yeah. Like, what are you, poor? Like, geez.
Jeez.
I'm poor. It's fine. I can take that.
I'm like, most of my trips are considered work. So it helps the traveling expenses. Like if I'm traveling for fun, well, that's a whole other thing.
For the moon chase. But it was like, I really liked it. It was like a sense of community for a few days. Like everybody was out together, like just enjoying this one experience. The crazies came out. That was fantastic. I'm a little sad there wasn't a rapture.
Next eclipse, we should plan a rapture. Just put out like a bunch of like full clothes outfits like around and just leave them like.
Do you lose your outfit? What do you get? Like, isn't it like ghosts where you like? So what happens? Your body doesn't leave, doesn't your spirit? Like, don't you just die? Like you fall to the ground and die?
I don't know, but in every fake rapture I've seen, they always just leave the clothes.
That doesn't make sense to me. Like, I feel like, ghosts, they always wear what they die in. So, like, I thought the rapture was just like your heart explodes or you have an aneurysm and then you go.
Well, like, you're supposed to fly up.
Yeah, your spirit.
Well, it's not your ghost. It's your soul.
Which is
not a ghost.
That's what a ghost is.
I don't think a ghost is a soul. Sometimes a ghost is a memory. It depends what ghost stuff you're watching.
Yeah, it depends on what genre of ghost.
Is your soul plasma?
Yes.
I wouldn't. It's a spirit. It's just, I guess I will have to ask God when God explain how the rapture works again. Your scripture wasn't very clear.
Yeah, like people were reading it, they're very confused.
They keep changing the date. Like, can you just tell us?
Like, my favorite thing was that my eyes hurt on Google. The search skyrocketed during the eclipse.
My eyes are,
like this Google search, my eyes hurt skyrocketed during the time of the eclipse.
Apparently a search the day before, can I look directly into the sun like the day before the eclipse? People were asking this. We learned this in grade 2 science, guys. Like, no, your retinas will burn, but no, people still asked.
It's crazy. The reverse. Don't look up. Like, have you guys seen Don't Look Up on Netflix? It's the reverse of that, where like people were like, the eclipse is just NASA conspiracy because they don't want you to see the truth. All the and so it's like forcing like right wingers to be like, see, I can look at this. I mean, Donald Trump did it. He literally did it last eclipse. He looked at it. Yeah. Like, it's a famous clip. And so everyone was just like, well, Donald Trump can do it. We can all just look at it because they're lying to us, I saw one meme that had a person wearing a mask, and then next to it had a person wearing the solar eclipse glasses looking up, and it was like, these are the same thing, government control. I was like, oh my God, just do it. Just look at it.
Yeah,
look at it.
Yeah, like, do us the favor and do it. Like,
yeah. Except for my eyes did hurt, because not because I was looking at the fucking sun, because I have stigmatism, so my eyes wouldn't adjust. So even though it's bright, the sun is still like not as bright, and so my eyes were trying to like adjust this whole time, the whole 2 hours it was going on. My eyes. So then when I was done watching it, I was so dizzy, and it was just like, and then the next day I had like a hangover. Because my like eyes wouldn't adjust, so like it fucked up my brain, and it's just like, ugh.
The eclipse sickness. Chris had it too,
and not because I was looking at the sun.
I think it's like your body like gets confused. Like it's like, oh, it's nighttime. Wait, it's daytime again, and then people are getting headaches and all kinds of shit.
It's because your eyes aren't adjusting. It's like the hour of sunrise and the hour of sunset where your eyes can't adjust because of the changing light. So that's what it was. The whole 2 hours you're suffering from this like changing, and it's not constant. So your brain gets a little wonky. It's just like jet lag, right? You're like used to something, and then you gotta science.
No, science. Yeah, I don't know. Eclipses don't really interest me. I was more worried about dying because the last eclipse, there was a plane crash back in 2017. So I was like, oh no, hopefully the pilots are wearing their glasses. But we were okay. We were.
Yeah. Oh, that day I didn't message you, but there was a problem with an American plane where the engine was like broken. But they found it as they were going. I was like, oh my God, hopefully Jessica doesn't see this before she's on the plane.
I think it was also a Boeing.
Yeah, it was a Boeing, one of the big ones.
I did not take any Boeings on my Baltimore trip. And like I had to do
the worst.
I took Airbuses or whatever they're called. Okay,
the smaller ones?
The smaller ones, but those, it's scary. My trip, because I had to take I had to do connection flights to get to Baltimore for some reason. And when I first left, it was to New York. I had to do my connection in New York. And the pilot literally gets on. He's like, I'm not going to sugarcoat it for y'all. It's going to be a bumpy flight the entire way. We will not be serving any food or drink for the safety of the flight attendants.
Yeah.
They will be seated the entire time unless you need them. We'll try to get you there in an hour because it's only an hour flight. And it was a bumpy flight. There was a couple of those big drops. I did a couple audible gasps. I cried a little bit. Luckily, I do wear a mask on planes, so they could only see my eyes tear up. So I'm sure the people looking around, whatever. I'm just having mini panic attacks. Very scary. But I just try to remember that when you're doing turbulence, you're in the jelly. It's just jelly. It's just jelly.
You got to remember. It's just air. It's just air. It's just air.
Jelly.
Yeah.
But yeah. So autobus or Airbuses where it's at.
I hate all flying things. That's ridiculous. I hope we have monorail. Like what is that? The light rail or something? I hope we have that. Monorail. Where it only will take me 4 hours on a train to get to you guys. Like that's what I want.
Yeah. More transit like that, like trains and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Not go trains.
Look back. No, not go trains. I want to look back and be like, oh, air travel was so ridiculous. That's what
No, I'm taking Via Rail to my hometown like next week. And it'll take me an hour from Toronto to my hometown, which is like 3-hour drive. Now, Hamilton is closer to Toronto. It takes me like an hour and a half, 2 hours on the GO train to get to Toronto. So, yeah. Light rail. Woo.
the dream.
In 10 years, maybe.
I don't think it's anywhere near that, but
they're still working on the Hamilton LRT. Like
that's 10 years. Like that's like 10 years ago.
Well, so they had to vote on it a million times.
I think they closed the 7-Eleven 10 years ago near my house when I lived in Hamilton so that they could do the light rail. And that never happened.
No, they were supposed to be building on it like 2 years ago, and they just didn't.
Yeah, it got like finally, like they were voting on it for years and years, and yeah, I think like 2 years ago they finally everything was cleared, everything was good to go, and
they already picked the route. Everything.
They ran out of money.
Commercial by now.
Yeah,
no,
they
we got
spent
the
money.
We got the funding though for it, like, and they were like buying off properties and stuff.
Yeah, they spent it.
And then
properties go up. It goes up for everyone. That includes the government.
No, they didn't get enough money, apparently. I think they paid their cousin Bill to help with this stuff, and it didn't actually go to where it needed to, like most government-funded projects. That's my conspiracy, guys.
Especially under Ford. Did you hear about what Ford's forcing the LCBO to do?
Yep, paper bags.
Yeah. Like instead of like helping healthcare, autism wait lists, school infrastructure, even he's forcing LCBO to bring back paper bags.
He's all about the alcohol.
Yeah, exactly what you said, Don. Because he has a contract with it, so he's just helping his buddy out.
Yeah.
Yep.
Government.
Yeah. Oh, and like recently, speaking of government, the carbon tax went up and people are losing their fucking mind because they don't understand what this means. It's just the cost of gas went up 3 cents, but they're just like raising everything. And then groceries, insane amount. And they're like, it's Justin Trudeau's fault. Wow. And then like, it's funny because this Pierre guy or whatever his name is.
Pierre Poilievre.
Like his campaign manager is a Loblaw like lobbyist. The people like the guy that owns all the food in Canada.
Galen Weston, it's on site.
Like he owns like farms, he owns the factories, he owns all these things that is making it so we can't eat. But everyone's like, no, it's Justin Trudeau. But like even Singh is like, guys, it's not Justin. Like, you need to understand. He's like, I don't like Justin, but you guys need to know that that's not true.
That's literally my issue. Is I have hated Justin Trudeau for a while. Like,
yeah,
for probably as long as you guys has known me. I've been just Trudeau. I understand he's better than Pierre Poilievre, and other people. I can understand where he is on the hierarchy of good, but I hate him for what I think are very valid reasons. And I'm just like, you can hate Justin Trudeau, just like think about why.
Yeah,
like that's the important thing. Like, you guys are just going off conspiracies or bullshit. It's like, no, there's real reasons.
Yeah,
there's real reasons you can like hate Justin Trudeau. Like not made up ones. You don't have to do that. Like, that's
you don't need to make things up. And then there's like the convoy again, but for a little bit, like they're
away. Like,
I was like, oh my god, like, you guys don't understand how this works. You're really upset about something you know nothing about. Like, it's not that hard. The information is on the government website on what is happening.
But they don't trust the government website. That's the issue.
But they trust Facebook posts. It's fucking insane. Okay? Like, you're going to trust a meme Pierre sent out, but you're not going to trust the government information like that.
These people have never seen the House Hippo commercial. That's the issue.
You know what I really love about this? They're like, I'm anti-government, fuck the liberals, blah, blah, blah. But they don't realize that Pierre is the government too. He is a government official. You can't say fuck the government and praise him. He's the opposition. He's still government. Like, that is what drives me fucking mad. I'm like,
but I think they view Pierre Poilievre the way they viewed Trump, right? They're like, he's literally in the government, but they view him as like anti-establishment, even though he's literally been born and bred in the establishment. Like, Trump, maybe not in politics, but he never worked a hard day in his life, and same with Pierre Poilievre, but they still view them as anti-establishment because of the lead poisoning. That's all I can assume. I'm trying to give them the benefit of the doubt here. I'm like, it's not your fault. It was the government before you, but yeah, like, it's like they view them as the opposite of government, even when they're the government.
Yeah. And it just shows that, like, the conservatives know how to play the people. They are doing nothing positive for the country. Like, you can, all the provinces where they're in charge are like going to shit, and you can see this live. But like, they're still able to convince people that they're the better government. Like, they have people rallying for them. It's because, like, they have, like, the loud people that are, like, don't need any information to, like, ride or die for you. Yeah. Like that.
Well, and, like, our conservatives used to be different than the U.S. conservatives. We used to be the progressive conservatives. Literally, gay marriage in Canada happened under a conservative government. Like, that was, but it's, that whole Overton window moving over more and more right. It's like our PC government is now just full on conservative. Our liberal government is more like the PCs.
Yeah. Before
our NDP is more like the liberals. And now we don't have
Green Party's just like green. Like,
Green Party. But Green Party is, I have personal issues with, because I feel like you can't protect the environment without being anti-capital. Like, you can't be you have to be anti-capitalist in order to protect the, like, if you're not anti-capitalist, you're still focusing on profits, which destroys the environment. But they aren't taking an anti-capitalist stance, and I'm like, it almost sounds like you're just saying you're a one party issue just to, like, be popular. Like,
just to be popular. Like, it's, you know what? I miss the days of Mike Harris. Like, that, that was considered, he was considered a bad politician. And I wish our conservatives were back to being.
Well, don't forget, Ford made Mike Harris like his retirement home guy. Like, he was in charge of all of that.
Chairman for the she is the chairman for Chartwell.
Yeah,
and they are a private company for retirement. Like,
So Mike Harris is still there. He's working with
Yeah.
Ford, baby. He's getting rich off Ford government.
He is. He is smart, but like the way that the policies he made and stuff like are better than what is going on. Ford did. Ugh, yeah.
Well,
Not
Mike
really.
Harris also didn't have like a Trump going on at the same time where he can like
No.
ride on his coattails.
And I think less social media too, where you can't get pumped up by that kind of like fake news. I love that saying that it's fake news, but that is fake news. It's conspiracy and stuff.
Yeah,
And
conspiracy. We don't believe in conspiracy theories, only conspiracy fact.
that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I hated Mike Harris. Ugh. But
Yeah.
I'd rather Mike
people.
Harris than Doug Ford.
Oh, yeah, he killed thousands of people, and so did Ford.
Walkerton. Yeah.
You know, like that was, and like I feel like that's the funny part for me is like my mom lived through Mike Harris, and like if I bring that up to her, she has no idea. And I'm like, only to be so privileged. And I feel like
Oh my
that
God.
part of that is the social media aspect. Like for me, like I'm not dealing with any of those particular issues at the moment, but I'm aware of them.
Yeah.
At the very least, like I feel like that's my duty as like a citizen to be aware of the problems in our society.
I unfortunately remember all of that. 'Cause like I said, my mom was very political, and oh my God, did she rant about things like that. So I was 12 years old and I knew all about it.
Yeah, I was 7, 8, so
I was a little
Still-
older.
still naive. I still thought there was good in the world.
Always. I
No.
like even now I know it's shit, but I'm like, it's fine. You know, more people are starting their own gardens. It's because they have to, and not because they want to. But like it's just like, oh, you know, community. And I'm trying to see, because then if you're just gonna be in a dark hole all the time, it's not good for like
I had to actually, like, if Mandy and Teddy listened to this episode, but there was a couple times we'd be talking and they'd be like, oh, you didn't know? And I'd go into like, and I'd have to stop myself and be like, you want to be in your bubble with a positive mindset. That's totally cool. Some people, you know, you need that sometimes. I was like,
oh yeah.
I'm so sorry for being the dark cloud. That like, I hated that person that was the dark cloud and ruining my naiveness, but you know,
It comes with having kids. See, like they don't need to worry about it because they're not bringing humans up, right? They're like, it's fine. My kids won't have to worry about it because I don't have kids. We're like, oh shit! Like, what's gonna happen? Think of the children.
I've already said like I won't be unhappy if I'm never a grandparent. You know what I mean? Because I'm like, with climate change, like I don't even know, like according to like climate scientists already, we're gonna have such massive storms in the next 10, 20 years that are gonna be debilitating to so many areas. And it's like that, let alone 100 years. You know? So I'm like, no, it's fine. They don't need to deal with that. That's fine. I already feel guilty enough. I don't. Let's just end this. Yeah, let's end this here.
You know what's gonna be ridiculous? In 10 years, we'll be like, oh, remember when there was free water?
Oh my God! Wait till we like do the Lorax thing and have to pay for air. If you're in Colorado, in Denver, the Mile High City, it's called the Mile High City because it is a mile high altitude. They do have air you can buy.
Is it from Amazon? Do you have to, or Google? Like you have to buy it.
You can buy it in stores, but I'm sure it's available via Amazon. And it's like a aerosol can with like a mouthpiece, and you just have some oxygen
bars. They have oxygen bars out there. Like that's not totally far fetched. Where like you literally
so you
just
can get
like,
high.
My
husband. Okay, Chris's went to a hotel once, and his hotel there, I'm pretty sure it was Denver. His hotel there, literally in the mini bar, you know, alcohol, blah blah, air. If you wanted to buy some air, because some people get lightheaded when they're in Denver. Because it's a mile high altitude, you know, people don't realize, and you need to buy a little pick me up so you don't get hypoxemia.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
Oh my God, yeah. The world is fucked. I don't see it getting better in 10 years. I wish this was a trend.
Right? Remember when we went to the stores? That was ridiculous.
Do you remember eating anything but gruel? Oh my god. Flavors?
What? Like vegetables? What? That's ridiculous.
You grow your own vegetables. You got to give your tax to the king, you know?
Yeah.
Of your
half your potatoes.
Have your potato. Oh my god.
We're bringing our potatoes to the McCain factory down the road. Like it's
yeah.
McCain's king.
Yeah.
No, but like seriously, I feel like that's where we're going.
Do we have to give our food to the king?
Yeah. Like we're all getting more peasant brain. It's just gonna be
I think you aren't what's happening though is like there's mandates where you can't grow, like there's places in Ontario you can't have chickens. Even out in the nowhere, in the middle of nowhere, you can't have chickens. Like I feel like that's what's happening. You won't even be able to grow your own food to like get taxed.
So we're gonna have illegal potatoes. We're gonna start like underground
bootleg,
potatoes.
Yeah.
Bootleg. You wouldn't download a potato, would you?
You want an egg from a chicken?
Real chickens.
A real chicken. Yeah, there's people in Ontario that like, I love it. I'm part of these groups and they have like indoor setups for their chickens. Like they're inside. They have like sunlights for them. And like, it's like a backyard spot. Like they have a room in their house that's made like outside for the chickens. Like
that's going to be amazing. Like weed is going to be legal, but like chickens are not, you know?
Yeah.
Guys, this is an illegal cucumber. It's a great strain. Like, you'll love it. You'll love it.
Bringing Brussels sprouts, like hiding them. Like, hey guys,
I got the good stuff.
And then you get pulled over. You're like, it's just weed. It's just
weed. I bought these at the grocery store. I swear. Oh my god, drug dealers, vegetable dealers start coming in with their own like grocery store stickers on them, so it looks like you bought them from the grocery store.
Yeah, they're labels like "Thank you for purchasing." Yeah,
they put the organic label on them all. You know.
Yeah. Oh. 10 years.
It's so sad.
It goes with my 5-year plan, guys. Remember, like the fall of society. I don't have to pay off any of my debt.
Yeah,
because it's like it'll be fine. It's perfect. I'm rooting for it. Like,
well, that's the thing. Like, we have to get to the fall of society. We can't like if we're just living in like a fascist state. Then that's when like our we're doing illegal vegetable things, but society's still intact. It just sucks. It just sucks. Yeah, like I feel like a lot of things are just gonna get worse.
It's gonna get worse.
It's fine, guys. We'll have fun. We'll like laugh about it. We'll talk about it on our podcast. It'll be great content.
In 10 years. Yeah, if you're not sick of us by then,
it'll be content. It'll be fun. Fall of society. Everybody's struggling. Don't worry. We'll talk about it. We'll make jokes. It'll be okay.
If you can't cry about it, laugh.
That's right. You gotta laugh to keep crying.
Okay. Do we have any other things before we end this episode?
No.
Okay. Well, I'll thank once again Stephanie Hurst. Hopefully your next 10 years gets better.
With more books.
With more
that
books.
We can read. Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be cool. And more book events that we can meet you at.
September 2025. I'm waiting. Counting down the days.
We have it planned, Stephanie.
You can't change your mind, Stephanie. Like, seriously. If like something happens in your life, too fucking bad. That's it.
You gotta hold out until September 2025. After that, your life is your own. But until then,
no.
You're ours.
And I don't think we have anything new coming up.
No,
not really.
Trying to make sure we plug everything. Yeah, guys, we have nothing new for you.
We're doing nothing. We've been so busy. So busy.
Doing nothing.
like life, I like for like usually we have life get in the way, but like life has like gotten in the way. Like,
oh my God, has it ever?
Like we usually take turns, but it was like all of us at the same time. Like it just
Yeah. And like, yeah, these couple months I'm traveling, but soon Chris will be traveling, which means I'm stuck home. So I will be back to boring life.
back to being boring.
So we'll see you all next week. We still haven't missed a Friday. Happy 2-year podiversary to us. If you have a favorite episode out of these past 2 years, let us know, because that would be cool, because I don't know what you're looking for.
Like, what is it about us that you like?
Don't forget to rate, like us, follow us on YouTube if you don't already. And if you like all of our content, like Stephanie Hurst, follow us on Patreon. We do have a Patreon only little section on our Discord, but we also have our Discord for the main public. So join us. You can talk to us directly and weigh in on the conversation. Yeah.
Books and Bourbon. We have a little special channel where if you're going to Books and Bourbon, October 27th,
Something like that.
5th to the 27th or something.
October.
In
October.
Bardstown, Kentucky. We're going to, but we have like a little Discord to like meet people who are going, to like kind of like have a little click. So a bunch of strangers aren't strangers. We're actually like friends. So that's on our Discord as well.
I will link the Discord in the description, so feel free to join if you haven't already. And we have tons of like little servers on there, as well as like I eventually want to start doing little game nights if anyone's a gamer out there, because I need more gamer friends. So if that sounds like you, thank you. Thank you. And that was a long outro, but you know what? It's been a while. I had to get all that off my chest. So well, thank you all for listening, and we'll see you all next week.
Bye.
Bye.
Good night.